Hello whiskey lovers, and welcome to another one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings. I'm walking here among the vineyard of Waas, which is a wine domain in Belgium. When you think of wine, you think of France or maybe Italy or even South Africa, but no, this is like 10 minutes from my front door. And here at Waas, they make an excellent white and red wine. Now, before you think that Mark has changed his tactics to Mark's Wine Ramblings, no, there is a link to wine, to the whiskey that I would like to talk to you about today, which is this one. This is Westward, an American single malt. No, it's not a bourbon, it's not a rye, it's actually a single malt whiskey. From Oregon, Portland to be precise, which is the northwest. Oregon is below Washington State, which borders to the Canadian border, whatever. This Westward American single malt is produced at the distillery that is also known for the Aviation Gin. I'm not sure if you are familiar with the Aviation Gin, but Aviation Gin is now a very popular gin, and actor Ryan Reynolds actually has a stake in that. Now, they sold off the gin brand, they still produce it though, but they sold off the brand so that they could focus on their single malt. They've got three expressions so far: the regular American single malt, and then they've got one that was finished on Stout Casks. I'm very much looking forward to trying that one. And they've got this one, which is finished on Pinot Noir Casks, a red wine from Suzor Wines, also from Oregon. And the barley that was used to produce this American single malt was actually grown locally. There you have it. Now, an American single malt is not something you come across every day, so that in itself is already quite interesting in my opinion. This one is, well, the Oregon winters are very cold and Oregon summers are very hot. And that basically means that there will be a lot of interaction between the spirit and the casks, making for a faster maturation. So you will have a whiskey that is interesting and mature in a relatively shorter span of time. The one I would like to try today is this one, Pinot Noir Cask finish, and this one is bottled at 90 proof, which translates to us Europeans into 45% ABV. As you can see, this Oregon single malt has got a beautiful copper to bronze color. That's of course from the red wine casks. Let's find out if this is any good. Bottled at 45% ABV on the nose. Oh, that's a great nose indeed. That is very interesting. I get vanilla. I get lots of brown sugar. Creamy vanilla, overripe fruit, red fruit mostly. Think plums, raisins, strawberry. And then there's also a lot of bakery spices in there. And a bit of chocolate. Very interesting indeed. It evolves towards baked apples. Very interesting. Very surprising in fact. Right on the palate. That continues unabated on the palate, but the chocolate and the spices, those are the two flavors or the two aromas that really capture your attention. But the plums come back, the chocolate comes back, the brown sugar comes back. It's very good. Rum raisins towards the end and a bit of pear drops. And all of this around a sweet heart of maltiness, clear maltiness. Very good in fact. On the finish then. On the finish, which is medium long, you finally get those tannins that you would expect from the red wine cask. But it's not oaky, don't get me wrong. They actually add depth and complexity to the single malt, this American single malt. And it's medium long, and towards the end I get some rum raisins, some chocolatey notes again, and then it dies a slightly drying death. Well, I'll be honest, maybe I'm a bit of a snob trying all these beautiful Scottish single malts, and when I got this bottle I really didn't expect too much from it. My mistake, because this is actually quite lovely, quite nice, very round, complex, a bit drying towards the end. An American single malt from Oregon finished on red wine casks. This beautiful, who would have thought? Anyway, this is a lovely, lovely American single malt, and if you get the chance to give this one a go, do not let it pass you by. And that, my friends, is all from this whiskey rambling from the beautiful vineyards of Wijn Domein Waas here in Belgium in Ghent. I'm going to try me a couple of these wines before I go back home. But that's all for this Whisky Rambling, and I hope to see you at one of Mark's Whisky Ramblings real soon. And until then, may the malt be with you. Bye-bye.